see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby, don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself for losing you. Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking.
I'm glad you're here, and your body will soon be glad that you're here too. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. Take it easy. You can do it your way. You can do it your way and do what feels good for your body. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Just enjoy yourself. Let the stress go. Today's practice, it's all on our mat, and I've got a few little balancing poses I'll throw into if you want to take them. And if you don't want to take them, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to in this yoga. All you got to do is feel good and don't hurt your body, as the bottom of our screen says. Do what is right for your body. All of our bodies are different. Every day, our bodies are different, right? Maybe today this is hurting and I don't want to do that broken wing pose. It's up to you. You do what is right for you and what makes you feel good. All right, modify, modify, modify. It's my favorite word, the M word. All right, that's also modify. Mobility is another M word that we're working on today. Mobility and flexibility. That's what this practice is all about. Okay, stress number. Come on down to your mat, because that's where we're going to be most of the time. Grab your props and a stress number. Lock it in your head. What's going on right now in your body? Don't overthink it. Once you do it for a couple times, as you come back to our practices, you'll know what I mean by the stress number. Give it a number, 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Lock it in. Come down to your mat. We're going to start in a child's pose. All right. So for your child's pose, what you want to do? We're going to take a classic child's pose today. Sometimes we take a wide-legged child's pose, but today we're going to, for a reason, we're going to do two poses together, and we're going to be tight in the child's pose, and then we're going to open up in a pentacle, just kind of for your head. All right, so put your knees together, put your big toes together, sink your hips back to your heels, bring your arms down by your sides, and props. What are props? They help us help us change the poses. They make them easier sometimes make them harder. I'm going to use a block here, and I'm going to place my head on it. I'm going to bring my arms down by my sides with my palms face up, and I'm going to just kind of get tight and concise in this child's pose. Palms are face up, hips back towards your heels. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a couple of times, sigh it out through the mouth as you exhale, letting it go. I'm going to adjust my block a little bit and send it a little more to the top of my mat so I can feel as if I've got more length in my neck. Deep breath in and deep breath out. It's a 1 hour long yoga practice. Stick around for as long as you want, as long as you like, but I think you'll find that the hour goes by really quickly as you work on flexibility and greater mobility in your body. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Tight and concise. Right here. Classic child's pose. So you're lengthening in the spine and in the neck. Nice bend in the knees and in the ankles. Breathe. Any of these poses you really, really like and they're speaking to your body, stay in them longer. And kind of make the practice work exactly the way your body wants it to. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Soften your body. You're in this little ball, kind of a ball of surrender. Just letting your body feel good in this moment. Letting the outside world go. This is time just for you. Kind of sacred space on your mat. And when you're ready, you can close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose if that feels good. Focus on you. Soften in the jaws, soften in the shoulders. Just be right here, right now. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe keeping your eyes closed, you come onto your back and take a pentacle pose. By getting here, take a moment. This is the opposite. We were tight and concise in that little child's pose. Now we're going to come into pentacle pose, fully reclined on your mat. Arms and legs spread to the four corners of the room. Settle in, nestle in. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, as you practice today, a word to think about is the word unlimited. All right, so what does unlimited mean? It means unrestricted, unconfined, and boundless. All right, so maybe pick one of those words today to just repeat in your mind. Let it be your little mantra as we practice. So maybe you choose unlimited and think, I am unlimited. I am unrestricted, unconfined, or I am boundless. Pick one of those positive affirmations and think that today. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Your pentacle pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. Open yourself up to new possibilities. You are unrestricted. You are boundless. Let your arms float down by your sides and press on up to a seated position. All right. So here's the deal. We're going to take Sukhasana, but like I said, the M word, modify, make it work for you. Perhaps you don't like to bend your knees that much. Leave your legs long. Nobody's judging you. Here's another option you could take. That thunderbolt pose where you bend your knees and you sit back on your heels. Maybe you'd like to do that. I'm going to take Sukhasana. So that's with bent knees. Maybe you bend your knees a little bit, maybe not so much. I'm going to bring one foot up on top of the opposite knee. And if you like, you could take the opposite foot and bring it up on top of the other knee. I just can't bend that way. But, you know, you do what you can with what you got, and you appreciate what you got. Maybe slip a block under the knee. Find your other block and bring it in front of you. Sit here for just a second, put your hands on your knees, lengthen up through the crown of your head, maybe eyes are closed, deep breath in, and deep shoulder softening breath out. The block in front of you, let's start to do a forward fold. So maybe push the block forward, hinge forward, a little bit or a lot. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll take about 3 breaths here. Hello to Stan and Betty, Tammy, Liz, Tyrone, Marietta, Kelly, Rena, Tim, Barbara, Elizabeth, Nancy. Glad you guys are here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You know, you can practice live with us on Facebook or YouTube, or, you know, do it at the time of day that you like. Our recordings stay up for a while. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe you slide that block more forward. Feeling the nice stretch in your hips. Slowly slide the block back. Come back up, shoulders over your hips. Now do it the opposite way. So again, working together, forward and back. Bring your hands behind you like a little kickstand. Lift your chest up to the sky. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Think of your chest going up, up, up to the sky. Take a couple of breaths here. Chin up to the sky also. Chin up, right? Keep your chin up. Breathe in, breathe out. It's all good. This is our month of goodness. Focusing on goodness. Why would you want to focus on anything less? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Make your shoulders back to over your hips, and it's time for just a gentle little palm tree pose. Maybe lift your arms up to the sky, maybe interlace your fingers, maybe send your palms up to the sky, or maybe just have your arms side by side. Start to just gently sway from side to side. Get some sideways movement going in your spine. No stress, no worries, no hurry. All right, let's take it a little deeper here. Let's bring one hand down to the mat. I'll bring my right hand down. Take my left hand, reach across my body, and feel a nice big stretch all up this left side of my body. Chin away from the chest, top shoulder back. Use your elbow of your foundational arm, kind of like a little elevator. Breathe in, breathe out. Flexibility. All right, so in all of our classes, every week, every day, we talk about flexibility, mobility, strength, and balance. That's what we work on. Every day our practices are different. We do different things. Some days are more standing than others. Some days are more active. Just all very different. But those 4 words are what we focus on. All right, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I just finished a book. I think it's called Discipline is the Destiny, something like that. It's by Ryan Holiday, great guy. Talks about flexibility and strength. Reach that top arm more to the side of the room. Maybe use that elevator elbow. Stretch it out some more. Keep both bottom cheeks down. Flexibility is strength. All right, that's what he says. Flexibility is strength. Think of a tree. A tree has to give. It has to be flexible. It has to bend to endure, right? It's firmly rooted, but it also has to bend. And that endurance is strength. And if you're not flexible, what are you? What's the opposite of flexible? Brittle, rigid, right? And what happens? They snap. That's not good. You want to be flexible in your body and in your mind. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, elevator elbow, bring it on up. Bring both arms up to the sky, lengthen up. And then bring your left arm down, reach your right arm to the side of the room. Same thing on this side. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulder back, reach, reach, reach. So, flexibility is strength. Think of being flexible not only in your body, but also in your mind, right? It helps you endure on so many levels. Helps your body endure. It helps you not get injured, right? And helps you just run the good race. Staying strong, staying flexible, reach a little bit more. Elevator elbow. Breathe in, breathe out. Flexibility is strength, and it all works together. No surprise, right? Stretch, reach. Big breath in, feel the difference. Feel the big stretch up the right side of your body. Big breath out. All right, let's finish. Slowly come on back up to the midline. Tee out your arms, maybe eyes stay closed. Give yourself a big hug. Let the arms crisscross in front of your body. Reach your fingers by your shoulders, maybe you're reaching them towards your spine. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, and then expand the shoulders to the side of the room. Breathe in, breathe out. Tee out your arms. Let's do it again. Remember which arm's on top. We'll bring the other arm on top. Nice big hug. Arms cross at the midline of your body. Reach your fingers closer to your spine. Ears away from the shoulders, lengthen up to the crown of your head, and then expand your shoulders to the side of the room. It really does feel like a tight, strong hug, doesn't it? Breathe in, breathe out. Release your arms down by your sides, your legs, your hips. You weren't even thinking about that. There's the book. I put it up on the screen. Dwayne put it up on the screen. Discipline is destiny. Self-discipline, one of the fruit of the Spirit, one of the things we're focusing on this whole year. All right, the great book, really a good book. All right, so let's switch your legs. All right, I had the right leg on top. I'm going to bring it on down, switch them so the other leg's on top. If you're seated, like I said, maybe you're taking those modifications. Legs are long. Maybe put a little bend into them. Maybe put more of a bend into them. You got to do what's right for you, but you got to try, right? No surprise there. All right. Most things are so obvious, aren't they? And most things are simpler than you think, but you just got to show up. You just got to try. You just got to do. All right. So Sukhasana on the other side, taking the option you want, hands on your knees for a second, the other block, perhaps in front of you, lengthen up through the crown of your head. No rush, no hurry. These things work. Just give them time. Show up and give it time. Push the block a little forward with your hands. And if you don't have blocks today, buy them next time you're out. Or, you don't necessarily need them. You can walk your hands forward. Breathe in, breathe out. The blocks make it kind of fun. Makes poses more accessible, maybe. For the knees, right here in this pose, putting it under the top knee just feels nice. But you certainly don't have to do it. The key to our yoga is to make it work for you, modify it so it feels good for you. Take it no further and do no less. Do what is exactly right for you. Breathe in, breathe out, and push that block. Send those hands more forward, keeping both bottom cheeks down. Soften in your jaws, no stress. Slide the block on back toward you. Bring your hands behind your hips. Lengthen up through the chest. A few breaths here. Chin up to the sky. Chest expands. Just breathe. How often do you just appreciate just breathing? Kind of an important thing, right? Appreciate it. Breathe in. Breathe out. And don't forget your little mantra. What is it today? Unlimited, unrestricted, unconfined, boundless. finish up. Let's bring the shoulders over the hips. We did a gentle little palm tree. Let's do it again. Lift your arms up. Maybe just move your arms up, up, up. Maybe interlace your fingers, palms to the sky. Just little gentle movements sideways. Maybe that's as far as you wish to go. Maybe you don't want to use the blocks. Maybe you don't want to lift your arms. That's fine too. Just go from side to side. When are you going to believe that it's fine? When are you going to finally let it go and say, hey, what I'm doing is perfectly okay? All right, let's do it again with the elevator elbow. Bring one arm down to the mat. Remember to lift it, lower it, bend the elbow. Raise the other arm up to the sky. Let it cross the midline of your body, keeping both bottom cheeks down. Get that big stretch all up the side of the arm that's reaching. Shoulder back, chin away from the chest. You can always put your block on the ground. Kind of brings the ground up to you, and you can play with the elbow a little bit. The biggest thing, you know what I'm going to say, it's doing what's right for you today. And every day is different. Breathe in, really feel the depth of that stretch. And breathe out. Gosh, your breath can really make a difference, can it? Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Stretch it out. You've got more in you. You can do it. Maybe it's been a while since you've taken deep stretches. Get back into the habit. It's a good habit of moving, being flexible, being mobile, being strong, and being balanced. Slowly finish up. Bring that elevator elbow back up. Maybe send both arms up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Other side. Arm comes down. Lengthen up through the extended arm. And take the stretch on this side. Your built-in prop, your elbow, allows you to adjust. You know, maybe you take it really super far and you say, I'm not going any farther, then back out of it a little bit. Or maybe, as long as it doesn't hurt, stay here. Might not be super comfortable, but stay here for a breath or two. And it's interesting how you come to that threshold of discomfort, but you have the courage to hold on a little bit. And then it's really doable. The uncomfortable isn't uncomfortable anymore. Then maybe you can take it a little farther. Don't forget your chin away from the chest. Don't forget the shoulder back. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. You can do it. Slowly, slowly, slowly come on back up. Both arms lift, extended mountain. Lengthen up. Both arms tee out. Give yourself a big hug, one arm on top of the other. Nice tight squeeze, get in place. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Expand the shoulders to the side of the room. You're strong. You're strong in your upper back. You have good posture. Your yoga is helping you get there. Tight squeeze, good hug. Let's do it again. Tee out your arms. Remember which arm's on top. Tee out your arms. Open up your chest, hands to the back of the room. You got it. Nice big hug time. Cross the midline, fingers toward the spine. Soften the shoulders. Expand the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Yoga the other day was really fast-paced. It doesn't always have to be fast-paced. Sometimes you need to slow it down. Such is life, right? All right, release the nice big hug. Let's come into cat-cow. All right, your hips Didn't realize it, but that was kind of our focus. Your hips nice and strong in your Sukhasana pose. Let's make our way out of whatever leg variation you decided to take today, and let's do cat-cow. All right, neutral tabletop, you know this one. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Lengthen through the crown of your head, and push the earth away in this neutral tabletop. Tuck your chin to your chest as you exhale the air out of your lungs. Push your back up to the sky like a cat. Feel how that feels. Inhale, cow, just the opposite. Crown of the head and tailbone lift. Opening and closing, just like how we started in our child's pose, then going to pentacle. Now we're doing the same thing with cat-cow, two opposite poses to find your range of mobility. You know that term. Range of mobility. How far can you move something? All right. Cat and cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. As you exhale this time, think of your forehead going to touch your belly button. Just really arch your back. Inhale, cow, just the opposite. Cat, cow. Maybe you stay in cat-cow for 5 minutes. What do you think? Why not? Why not? You do what feels good for you. All right, I'm going to finish cat-cow. Now I'm going to go into a bird dog pose. Bird dog pose, lift your right leg up. Extend your right leg long, stretch it out. That'll feel good after that long Sukhasana pose. Heel to the back of the room. Push into the earth. Right hip is dialed down, so right hip and left hip are equal distant to your mat. Reach your left arm long and strong to the front of your mat. You could put a block under your fingers if you want to find the balance there. But let's just reach. Let's just stretch. We're not going to be here very long. Push the earth away. Lengthen and stretch through your extremities, through the limbs that are reaching. Hold it here. Your back is strong, and you're getting it even stronger. You're finding length in your spine. You've got it. Let's finish. Hand and knee come down. We have another side to do. Lift your left leg. Extend the left leg. Maybe this is right where you stay. Don't sweat it. Today, this might be just what you need. I'm going to extend the right arm long. Reach, stretch. Stretch longer, stretch farther, reach farther. You got it. There's so much to reach for. You can do it. Don't limit yourself. Remember, you are boundless. You are unlimited. You've got it. Stretch a little farther, a little farther. Hold on. Hold on. Endure. And then release. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Let's slip our arms forward and come on down to our bellies. All right, we're going to take a Sphinx pose. Bring your elbow underneath your shoulder, so there's good alignment there. Forearms pressed into the mat, fingers spread wide. Your legs long on your mat, don't worry so much about them. Gaze down your nose as maybe you kind of look forward here. Feel a little compression in your low back. Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes we do a camel pose toward the end of our practice. Kind of feels similar to this, doesn't it? A little bit of compression of the low back. Push your arms, your forearms, into this mat. Breathe in, breathe out. As you exhale all the air out of your lungs, you're taking the pose even farther, right? Your breath is controlling it. As you exhale all the air out of your lungs, feel your pelvis more into the mat and feel the compression of the back even more. Breathe in, breathe out. There's your Sphinx pose. Maybe this feels awesome for you. Breathe. All right, so you feel the compression of the low back. Just a little trivia question not a trivia question, just a little question for you here. Sometimes we do a standing pose where we do just the opposite of this compression of the low back. What is that standing pose? It is ragdoll. So think about it when we do our ragdoll in our warm-up on other days of the week. That is decompressing the low back. That all works together. All right. As you're ready, let's press into our hands, slide them under your collarbones, press on up, take it into a seal pose by straightening the elbows, a little more compression in the low back, soften in your glutes. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Come on down, slowly lower down, all the way down to your belly, and let's do broken wing. I'm going to tee out my right arm first. Tee out the right arm. Maybe a little bend in your elbow. It's up to you, what feels good. Using the left hand, which is under the collarbone, roll onto the right side. All right, so the right arm is teed out. Left arm, think like that elevator arm. Press into the hand to feel a nice stretch in the right shoulder. Breathe. Bend in your knees if that feels better for you. I don't know, maybe it does feel better. Or legs long. Here's another variation. The top leg, the left leg, I'm going to bend it. Bring the sole of the foot down onto the mat in front of the extended right leg. Oh, how's that feel? Try it. See if you like it. Again, it's modifications. You do what speaks to you. The more you push into the left hand, the arm that's bent, you can intensify the stretch in the shoulder. And leg variations. One more here. Maybe you bring the left foot behind the extended right leg, pushing the foot into the earth behind the leg. Let the knee go up to the sky. Let's finish. Roll on down to your belly. That was the right arm. Let's do the left arm. All right, so bring the right arm down by your, bend the right elbow, bring it under your hand under the collarbone. Tee out your left arm. Roll onto your left hip. Left arm is teed out, or maybe you got a little bend in it. That might feel better. Right arm pushes into the mat, or not. You decide how far you want to take it. Bend the top leg. Sole of the foot can go down on the mat, right knee up toward the sky. Or right leg can be bent, pushing the sole of the foot in front of the extended leg. Or, oh, so many ors. Legs can be long, legs can be a little bent. You decide what works for you as you feel the goodness of the stretch in the left shoulder. You're in control. You're always in control. Exercise that control. Maybe push into the right hand a little bit more as you intensify the stretch in the left shoulder. Feel what you feel. Might not be super comfortable, but as long as it doesn't hurt, that's good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's finish in your broken wing, or stay in your broken wing longer. Give both arms kind of equal time if you want. Roll back down onto your belly. Bend both elbows. Bring your hands under your collarbones. Press on up. Remember, seal. Straighten the arms. Compression of the low back. Soften in the glutes. You got it. Let's come up. Let's come up to standing on your knees, and let's do a toes pose and an ankle flow. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Something. We did just a toes pose where we took the block, we bent our toes towards our shins, and we sat on the block. If that's your thing today, go for it. I'm going to use the blocks today to bring the ground up to me. I'm going to come into my toes pose, and I'm going to sit back on my heels. Maybe not super comfortable, but as long as it's not painful, go for it. Settle into the toes. Stretch out the toes. Stretch out the feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands wherever you like, on your thighs. Maybe meditation time. Bring your hands to prayer center. Say your word, your positive affirmation. Get the good things in your head. It takes effort to put the good things in. And it's the bad things that tend to want to linger and hang out and kind of be loiterers and just kind of squatters in your head. Get rid of those negative thoughts. Send them packing. Bring the good thoughts in. I am unlimited. I am unrestricted. I am unconfined. I am boundless. Let it go. All right, let's flow it. Hands down to those blocks. Tops of your feet on your mat. Come on back onto the tops of your feet and find your balance here. She wants to end her yoga. All right, push into the blocks. Bring your knees on up. Keep your knees together. And balance here. Find your balance. Use the blocks if you want, or play with it a little bit. Maybe no blocks at all. Maybe hands back to prayer center. And you know, it's always a challenge to try to close your eyes in a pose. Do it safely though, right? Maybe close the eyes and hold it here. Hold on. Maybe use the blocks, or you could use your hands too. Press into them to just maybe take it a little farther. Where does it feel nice? And then let's come back to toes pose. But you do this at your pace. Maybe you're going a little quicker than I am. Maybe you're going a little slower than I am. Maybe you're just staying in toes pose. But if you do want to stay in toes pose for a longer time, do just a little bit of ankle pose to just take it the other way. Remember that full range of motion, the back and forth, the two complementary poses. Toes pose. I'm going to go back to my ankle pose. And don't feel that you are doing any less if you're using the blocks. It's no big deal. You do what feels good for you. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't go back. Don't go backwards don't go back to doing less because you are just perhaps too impatient to wait for better. Hang on. Don't give up. Keep trying. Don't go back. Don't quit just because you're impatient. Don't quit. Patient endurance. Hang on. All right, that's it. I'm going to come to a neutral tabletop. Neutral tabletop, lift the feet up, squeeze and scrunch your toes, circle the ankles this way and that, and tap it out. Tap it out on your mat. All right, a challenging pose. We do this often. It's a plank. Let's come into a plank pose. All right, here's what you can do. You can bring your hands forward from your neutral tabletop. You can send your knees a little further back. Adjust so you're comfortable. Hinge your weight forward into your arms. Hinge it forward so you kind of feel the strength in your arms. Bend your elbows a little bit because don't stress out here. Don't be rigid. And hold here. Maybe you hold right here. This is the variation of plank you're going to take today, perhaps. Another variation would be to send your legs a little further back and come down to your dolphin arms, a forearm plank. Hands spread wide. You're on your elbows with your shoulders over your wrists. Adjust your knees. You can stay right here. Oh, you feel the strengthening in your core, don't you? And when we think core, we oftentimes just think, this whole area of the belly. That's true, that's your core, but so much more is involved. Everything, when you do a plank, is engaged, and that's a good thing. Now, you could also draw your toes towards your shins, send your legs straight, and hold your dolphin plank. You could also take a high plank. Shoulders are over your wrists, arms are nice and straight, legs are long, push the earth away and hold here. Today I'm going to take a dolphin plank. So get into the variation of plank that you like. You can do it. And we're going to set a 1-minute timer. It'll be on the screen. Let's go with the timer now. I'm going to press on. I can't see the timer, Dwayne. You're going to have to let me know. All right, take a deep breath in. Yeah, he's going to let me know. He's going to make me hold it for 5 minutes, right? No, he wouldn't do that. Hold on. You hold it for as long as is right for you. My feet need to be a little wider apart, so I'm going to adjust. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, there we go. We're 20 seconds in. Breathe in, breathe out. Come on, you can do it. Indoor, hold on. It's 1 minute, or a little less if you want. Take the breaks, but get back in the game. You could come down to your knees to take a break. If you're in a downward facing dog, you can send your hips high. 20 seconds to go. Spine is long and lengthened. Core is strong. Core is strong. Strength. Strength is flexibility. Strength is what you need. We all need more strength. Strength is endurance. God, hold on. You can do it. Breathe. We got less than 10 seconds to go. Hold on. You got it. Time is now up. Come down to your knees. You did it. All right. You did it. How long did you do it for? Only you need to know. Only you. You need to monitor yourself. Try it. Just try. Try. And don't give up. All right. That's it. I took a drink of water. Let's come on down. Let's do a few things on our back. So come down. Let's do a bound angle. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Knees open wide. Come on down. Hands to prayer center. Come on. What are you thinking? Boundless. How's that? Come on down all the way down. Keep your knees open wide. Bring your heels closer to your groin. Take your arms, cactus them out. Think of a little reclined goddess pose. So your elbows are at about shoulder height. Backs of your hands are pressed down to the mat. Can they reach the mat? Maybe not. Don't sweat it. Hands can't reach? You can always take a block. Rest your hand on the block. I can't stress enough. Make it work for you. Don't think I got to do a pose this way or that. Move to what feels good. Try and use your props. Make it work. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, let's come into a dead bug. Bring your knees together. Send your legs up to the sky and send your arms up here too. You look like a letter U. Hold on, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's find our block. Bring your block into your hands and hold it. Arms are up. Take the block, place it between your ankles. Lower everything down. All 4 limbs come down. Try to touch the ground at about the same time. Come on back up. Transfer the block to your hands. And then do the same thing. Open up. Extend long. As soon as everything touches down, send it back up. Transfer the block again. You don't have to be doing a block, you know that. Just holding onto the block makes it a little more interesting, maybe a little more fun. Breathe. And when you're ready, let's finish up with that block transfer by bringing the block into our hands, high overhead, stretching it out like your good morning stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Find your strap. Find your strap, place it under the centers of your feet. Send your legs high up to the sky. Now hold on to these straps. Pull your toes up overhead, hugging your elbows in. Let's go into a boat pose with the strap. Yesterday we did it without the strap. Today we're going to use the strap. And you can use the strap anytime you want. Start to lower the heels down. Start to peel the shoulders up. Now don't let momentum get you. Slowly peel on up. You're in control. Let your chest rise up to the sky. Hold on to this strap, keeping your feet lifted. Find your balance here in your fun little variation of your boat pose today. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shoulders are back. Let it go. Bring your heels on down nice and slowly. You're in control. Shoulders are up over your hips. Walk your hands down your strap and just fold forward kindly, gently. No rush, no hurry. Let it feel good. Give your knees a little bend if that feels better. Remove the strap. Come into pentacle pose. And you're either going to stay here or you're going to come on up to balance with me in a few moments. So pentacle pose, all 4 limbs reach to all 4 corners of the room. All right, you can stay right here in pentacle, or some of us are going to come up and balance, just because we love balancing. All right, but the deal is, if you stay here in pentacle, just chill out and enjoy. Or some of the poses we're going to do standing, you can do reclined in pentacle. Same kind of thing. Just imagine yourself standing, and you'll get it. You'll figure it out. All right, I'm going to come out of pentacle and bring my legs together at the midline. I'm going to pull on up to seated, and I'm going to come on up to standing. No grunts, no groans, maybe even no hands. Come on up and let's stand. All right, if you're on the ground, do the same thing. You will look taller. Remember that pose? Legs together, arms go high. Press the backs of your hands to the back of the room or into your mat. Big letter Y, U. Big letter W, elbows come down. 2 L's, forward and backward for the word look. Big T out in the arms, pulse the arms to the back of the room. You will look taller. Let's do it again. Very simple, you know this one. You will look taller. 3rd time's the charm. You will look taller. Nice job. All right, arms down by your sides. How do you feel? Shoulders are over your hips. Strong, good posture, yet flexible. Speaking of flexibility, think of a tree. Root firmly into the ground. Lift your right leg up, open it to the side of the room. How do you want your roots to be? Your feet. Do you want to bring the right heel inside the left ankle? Bring it a little higher or higher still? Rooted, yet flexible. Hands to prayer center. Tell yourself that good thought and grow your branches. And if you're lying down, same thing. You can do this, right? Reach the arms. Bend the knees, open up the leg. There's your tree pose. Firmly rooted, yet flexible. To encounter whatever you have to encounter. And just breeze through it. You can endure. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room, plant the foot next to the ground. Or plant the foot next to the other foot on the ground. Open up the opposite leg. Sweep it on up to what feels comfortable. Maybe you got a chair right here and you're growing one branch. It's all good. Foot pressed into the leg pressed into the foot. Mantra time, boundless. Grow the branches, sway. finish up. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot next to the leg. You got it. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Do the same thing if you're reclined. Bend the right knee. Interlace your fingers. Hug the right knee in, standing or seated. Circle the ankle this way and that. You're strong. Hug it in even more. And then plant it down next to the other leg. Lift the opposite leg. Hug it in good and tight. Circle the ankle this way and that. You got it. Foot comes down. Fold forward. Let's meet our friends who are on the mat. Come on down. Those of you that are in pentacle, come on up. Make your way up and let's do a wide-legged seated forward fold. Spread your legs wide. Bring a block or two in between your legs. Elbows, forearms down to the block. Block can be at whatever height works for you. Maybe it's going to take 2 today. Totally fine. Don't sweat it. Maybe hinge forward a little bit towards the blocks. Come on down. Maybe head to the blocks. Lengthen in the spine. Exhale, breathe out. Come on up to a seated position. You got it. You got it going on. Let's come back down to fully reclined. Have your eye shade or your towel up near your shoulders. Slowly come on down. Maybe your mantra, unrestricted. Yes, unrestricted movement. I've got it. I've got it. I can do it. Just tell yourself that. All right, supine twist. Hug the right knee in just like we did when we were standing. Left leg is long and straight on your mat. Toes drawn towards your shins. Hug the knee in. And take the twist. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body as you roll onto your left hip. Tee out your right arm, look to the right. Hip comes down. Knee gets hugged in again. Circle the ankle again. We did it standing. Nice job. Send the right leg long. Bend the left leg this time. Hug it in. Hug underneath the knee. Or use your towel to hug it in. And maybe you just stay right here. Maybe this is what feels good for you today. Supine twist. Right hand touches the left knee, guides it across the midline, roll onto the right hip, tee out your left arm, and maybe look to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly bring the left hip down, hug the left knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. You've got it going on. Send the left leg long to meet the right. Stretch it out in a pentacle pose. Realignment of everything you've got. Open up, be receptive, be boundless. Open yourself to possibilities. Breathe in, breathe out. Let everything go that doesn't serve you. Send the negative thoughts packing and make room for goodness. All right, final Shavasana time. Where's that eye shade? Where's the towel? Cover your eyes, block out the world. The world needs to be blocked out sometimes. Block out the world. It really helps to do that. It feels really nice to have just the darkness so you can find peace inside. Arms down by your side, wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Arms, palms are face up because you're receptive to new things. Adjust your feet, your legs so they're comfortable. Let your toes, pinky toes, fall toward the sides of your mat as you externally open your hips a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. What type of breath best serves you? In through the nose and out through the nose right now? Or in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh? Think of taking in the good. Think of breathing out the bad. Let it go. Soften the area between your eyebrows. I know you're holding tension there. We all do. So unscrunch the eyebrows. If your teeth are touching and your jaws are clenched, let it go. Create space between your teeth. Shoulders are soft and away from the ears. Your arms and legs are heavy. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, we were big into opposites today. That tight little child's pose to pentacle pose. We opened up. Let's do something similar here. Squeeze your hands, your fingers towards your palms. Squeeze your toes towards your center of your foot and feel the tension in your shoulders, in your neck even, in your legs, all the way up through your hips. Your core is tight, just like doing a plank, right? Everything is tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Even squeeze your glutes. Tight, tight, tight. That's what tension feels like. Now, let it go. Open up everything you've got. Let it go. Let's do it again. You know, they say good stress is good for you. Bad stress is really bad. But let's create that good stress right now, like taking a plank, like squeezing everything you've got good and tight. Because you know what's coming. The goodness is coming. We're going to let it go right now. Let it go. Let everything go. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Turn your head from right to left, left to right. No tension in the neck. Come back to rest at the midline of your body. Find a little more length in your arms, shoulders away from the ears. Oh, breathe in. Breathe out. That's a consistency in life, isn't it? Just your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Re-soften the area between the eyebrows. And if you have a remote control and you want to stay longer in your final Shavasana pose, go ahead and pause our practice. And when you're ready to come out of your final Shavasana, then you can reactivate it and finish up. Right now it's time to wrap up this hour, which I think went by really quickly. So I'm going to begin to wiggle my fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Oh, let that feel good. Inhale, reach high overhead. Take your big good morning stretch. Kind of like a homework assignment. When you wake up in the morning, stretch. Stretch in your bed, stretch. Do your yoga. Wiggle your hips. And then bend your elbows and your knees and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Top shoulder is soft and relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. We're going to stay here for a few moments. Fetal position. So we go from a corpse pose, which is your final Shavasana, and we come into this fetal position. Fetal position, think of a new beginning. So in the corpse pose, you kind of die to the old ways, let everything go, get rid of the bad, get rid of that which doesn't serve you. And as you come into this fetal position, the position of new beginnings, when you rise up off of your mat and go on with your day, new good things are going to happen. It's a new beginning. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Do it again. Really fill your lungs with the big inhale. And the big exhale. Really let it all go. Let it all go. Really let it go so much that you're just going to really fully deflate in the lungs. Homework assignment from the other day. When you stand up, when you get up, don't use your hands and don't make noises. Don't grunt, don't groan. Let's maybe wake our way out of this pose and maybe no hands at all. And if you have to use your hands, no big deal. We're all works in progress. Come on up, float on up to a comfortable position. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Sit however feels good in your legs. Hands to prayer center. Come back to that positive affirmation you had. I am boundless. I can do it. I am unconfined. I am unlimited. I am unrestricted. Whatever it is, take that off of your mat today. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. You did a 1 hour long yoga practice. It was all on your mat. Maybe you opted to do a few balancing poses. It's all good. Whatever you did, it's good. As long as you didn't hurt yourself, it's all good. Do you believe that? Please believe that. All right. Stress number you took in the beginning. What was it? Maybe you're so stress released that you don't even remember. But the number in the beginning that you took, what is it now? Don't you just feel better in your body, in your mind, in your soul? It's all good. So as we go on with the day, focus on goodness. That's one of the fruit of the Spirit that we've been talking about all year long. Focus on the goodness. Think of yourself as a tree, firmly rooted yet flexible. Flexibility is the key, isn't it? All right, so focus on the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and the hard one for me, self-control. But I'm working on it. And I know you're working on it too. So good job. Show up on your mats tomorrow. Do your yoga every single day. It's good for you, even if you can just squeeze in 10 minutes, even if some days it's just that good morning stretch before you get out of bed. Do what you can with what you got. Show up when you can and tell your friends about it too. All right. See you guys on your mats tomorrow. Have a great day. Goodbye. Hey, you. Good girl. You're so flexible. Bonnie, you're so chill. Bye-bye. Here's a challenge for you this week. Get control of that little teeny voice in your head that's saying, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. Think positive thoughts about your yoga practice. You can do it. You're doing it. You've done it. Stick with it. Tell your friends about your yoga. Tell them how good it is for your mind, your body, and your soul. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Tell them that. Tell them to just join in. We need more yoga participants. We need more fun. We need to build our yoga community to make our world a better place. You can visit our website if you'd like to support our broadcast. The website is www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow, and bring a friend or two. See you then.